Oh, hello, world. Yes, it's me again. I'm running late today. I'm very tardy. 35 minutes late. I don't like tardiness, but things happen. I don't know about this hat. I don't mind the hat. I really don't. Yeah. But it doesn't matter that I'm late because no one watches these live streams anyhow. No. And really, I can't blame you because they are quite boring. Although you have got a very amiable host in me. Anyhow, as usual, local weather. It's 25 degrees C. The humidity is around 80%. It's a little bit stuffy. Uh, sky's clear, sunny. Sun's got a bit of a bite to it. It looks like the rain's cleared up, but has been forecast for more rain in the not too distant future. Oh well, such is life living on the east coast of Australia. Now, I'm only going to make this a very short live stream, and I decided to do something new. And on this day in history, now I've got a list here. Of course, I can't remember these things. What do we have? 1633. Bananas first arrived in Britain. Wonder where they came from. Couldn't have been Australia. No. Captain Cook he's a long way in the future yet to find Australia. 1710. The first copyright law is passed. What else have we got here? 1811. Here in Oz, Australia's first toll road opens. And funny as it is, it opened up from a turnpike which led from Sydney to Parramatta. And I live close to Parramatta, which is about 15 mile west of Sydney. That's 24k. And a little suburb called Mays Hill. 1815. 92,000 people are killed as a result of the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia. 1829. William Booth, the founder of the Salvation Army, is born. 1858. Big Ben, the bell, in the clock tower, the Palace of Westminster in London, is cast. And in 1912, now do you know what I'm going to say? 1912. RMS Titanic departs on its maiden voyage. Now, on another note, we've had some very sad news here in Australia. A cricketing legend, a great gentleman he was too, Richie Benaud, passed away at the age of 84. My condolences go out to his wife, and I think the greater majority of people in Australia would have been very saddened to hear that. Rest in peace, Richie Benaud. You think I should get rid of that hat? I don't know. What do you reckon? To hell with it. Look, like I said, this isn't going to be a very long live stream. I think I must be suffering from hay fever. I know it's autumn, but lately I've had a headache over my right eye, and my right nostril's been blocking, because you don't really want to know that, do you? No, not really. But I'm feeling kind of iffy. Although there's nothing unusual about that these days. You don't want to hear about that either, do you? No, of course you don't. Oh, yes, I know. It's yeah. I won't go into it. No, I won't go into it. I'm going to get rid of this hat. It's flopping around. It's starting to annoy me. No, no, I don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, here it is. There it goes. If by magic. Poof, gone. I'm going to have a sip of tea. As usual, every day, not only do I check my YouTube channel, see how things are going and what's going on Google+, but I also check the Facebook main page, see what's going on. And I uploaded a video exclusively for Facebook. And I mentioned this before, but then again, because no one's watched these videos, these live streams, you wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about anyhow. But 12 months ago, I sent dedicated and signed copy of my first self-published novel to 6 Facebook friends in the United States. Out of the goodness of my heart, and at considerable cost. They cost $30 each to post. Yeah, that was very kind-hearted of me, but it was something I wanted to do. And I had asked, all I asked from these people was to give me feedback. I didn't think that was much to ask. Well, 2 people did, but 4 haven't. To date, 4 haven't bothered. So I uploaded a video to Facebook, and I titled it "A Message of Profound Disappointment." Well, only 17 people have viewed that, and it's not one of the 4. I doubt if it ever will be. I've shared it, and I've shared it 3 times in hope that these people will see it. I didn't name names because that's not the right thing to do, but I doubt if they will see it. Now, one Facebook gentleman did say he thought that my presentation was eloquent, and he said he was sorry to hear of my disappointment. Right, and I thanked him for that. But he's the only one who's commented. There's nothing unusual about that either. But don't you think that stinks? I mean, this is really this really bugs me, that people could be so ignorant, even arrogant, and certainly bad-mannered, not to do that. You know, after nearly 12 months, might even be more than 12 months. I don't understand people. I'm telling you the truth, I really don't want to understand people. Yeah, once upon a time, I thought about studying to become a psychologist, but I'm glad I didn't, because I cannot for the life of me understand people. And I think if I had become a psychologist, it would have driven me nuts. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, I got a new battery for my Great Wall yesterday, 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I had to because the battery was iffy, and I kept using my jump start unit, which are very handy. I don't go to the bush without a jump start unit. But again, I'm going over a ground I've already tried, although because no one watches these live streams, it'll be all new. So there's no harm in going over ground I've already tried. Oh dear. There was something else I was going to say, but see, I don't know. I'm really thinking that maybe I'll waste my time doing these live streams. I think I need a special format, something to gather people's interest, and maybe I just need to really go off, to rant about different things, because one of my live streams did actually get quite a few views. Well, by my standard anyhow. I think they were 15. And they probably didn't watch it right through. They probably just started it up and then quickly scrolled through it and went, I'm glad to be at the end of it. Dear. No, I'll get rid of that bit of paper. I don't want it. That's all history now. Oh God, I actually threw it in the bin. Yeah, and I've also decided to no longer make comment on Google+, because I was in the habit of doing that, and every time I made a comment, I got inundated with emails from other people, their comments, which is what happens. I'm sure many of you who are not watching this will know. That's an oxymoronic statement, isn't it? But look, I really haven't got anything else to say. I'm planning on doing another YouTube video today, to record another video, and it's a rehash of one I did. Oh, God, it could be 10 months ago. But at that time, I wasn't into editing my videos, and they just went up as they were, and I wasn't quite happy with it. So I'm just starting to resurrect a few of the videos, and maybe I might get a few views this time. It's very disheartening. And this video, well, it's a comedy routine, but it's based somewhat on fact. But I'm not going to go into that either. No, I'm not going to bore you with such stuff. No, I know there was. Yeah, I remember what I was going to say. You know, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I was taught that you never handle food with your hands. But now it's the done thing. With all these plethora of cooking shows on television, every man and his dog has got their hands in the food. You know, they're sticking their hands in the bowls and they're mixing it all up, and they handle all the food with their hands. And that was never a done thing in my time. As a kid, no, that was frowned upon. And how often do you see in takeaway food shops where they do wear gloves when they're making sandwiches and so on, but how often does that very same person hold out that gloved hand to receive money? And money is one of the filthiest things on the face of the planet. It carries all sorts of disease. And yet they're using the gloved hand that will go back into food after they serve you to take the money. Filthy lucre. It doesn't make sense. They were talking about last night on a current affair about a new strain of salmonella and the enormous amount of food poisoning cases. And it's not surprising. It's really not surprising. But I think if they keep on the way they are with all these cooking shows and what have you, handling the food with their hands, there'll be mass breakouts of food poisoning. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Oh, pardon me. Anyhow, I'm not going to go on anymore. I'm really not up to it. I just don't feel like doing anything these days. I really don't. I was hard pressed to get into my four-wheel drive and drive into town to get a new battery for it. But I had to do it. Oh, God. Yes, I got a sore neck too. I mean, look, I'm aching all over these days. I tell you what, I really am falling to pieces. I'm really beginning to feel my age. But anyhow, I will say hello to all my Google Plus friends who happen to give me a like on these posts. I don't think they watch them. You know, they just see that I've got the another live stream there, and they just give me a plus with their little smiley avatars or whatever. In fact, I don't get many pluses on Google Plus. No. And I certainly don't get any I don't get any likes on Facebook. No likes whatsoever. That's all gone by the wayside these days. I know my Facebook friends, or so-called Facebook friends, are still contributing on Facebook, but they're not looking at my stuff. So except for that video I uploaded for Facebook, or to Facebook, that's it. I'm not uploading. I'm not sharing videos on Facebook anymore. No, I've had it. And I'm that close to calling it quits on Facebook for good. Oh, there was one thing mentioned in Facebook. As I was scrolling down the main page this morning, I came across a post by a fellow Facebooker. It was going on about bullying, and right down the bottom it said share, and this person said, okay, it was a woman. I said she. 99% of you won't, so it's up to the 1% who care. And she's right on the money, because Last year, I started up a dedicated Facebook page as a petition, BAH, a petition against bullying, abuse, and harassment. And I got a total of 34 likes in something like 3 or 4 months. Yet at the same time, there was another group, an anti-fur group, who used a fox as their avatar. One of the biggest pests in Australia at all, the fox, and they used it as an avatar. And they had over 250,000 likes. Well, that spoke volumes to me. And that's what I said in the comment on this. I said, what's the point? Very few care. And I just cited what I just said. And I said, and that spoke volumes to me. Does it speak volumes to you too? Well, it should. And I'm not going to say any more about that either. I'm just going to say to whoever who has watched, thank you for watching. And I know it's early. It's only, it'll be, what is it here? Well, it's nearly 2 o'clock. So it's 2 o'clock, 14:50. So it's probably very late Thursday night in the United States. But I wish you all a good weekend anyhow. And I'll be back, hopefully, all things being equal, on Monday. That'll be April 13. I'm not superstitious. So until then, bye for now. Oh, my aching head.